I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
And this is Stillness is Timeless by the band Persefone.
This is for the Extreme Underground.
XU! What is the Extreme Underground, ladies and gentlemen? The Extreme Underground is a collective of extreme metal fanatics who are on Patreon. $1 the gate gets you in. And those individuals pool their points together, and that influences what song we do, which is why we're doing this here. If you don't want to be part of an alliance, you can hop, skip, and jump right over, right to the front of the line by using the partner tier. 125 gets you straight to the head of the line, and you get to choose, and if you do that 3 times, you get bumped down to the $75 rate. Having said that, this is Stillness is Timeless by the band Persephone, and the name of the record is Asthma. Sounds a little bit like asthma.
I thought Martha.
For timely topical political commentary, and if you want to see the latest star of YouTube, the most upcoming personality in the great DL Beluga, along with yours truly, check us out, Middle America with Vin and Sori. Let's go. I know where these guys are going. They go somewhere else. Whoa, bro. Damn.
Wow, that was some next level right there.
Ooh.
They went so many places musically. Like they kept switching it up.
This is a song of the year for me right now. This is a song of the year. This is a song of the year for 2020. The record was written in 2017, but I think the song of the year for 2019 was Exercises in Futility 6 for me. But holy moly, this record right here is bananas. So many rhythm changes. Once you thought you really had it, they went, nope, we're going over here.
Forget about it.
Oh man, they did such a good job. And then when they got heavy, it was just that big, there's something beautiful about that basic grinding riff, bro. But you gotta do it at the right time. The timing's gotta be there. I mean, it was so good. Such a perfect song. When they got melodic, they got mega melodic. They did so good with it.
Trippy. I liked it.
This is the joint. And lyrically, obviously, very, very deep stuff. Stillness is timeless. Where are these guys from?
I don't know.
Let me see. Let me do some.
Pull them up.
Persefone band. They are from. Is an Andorran progressive metal band formed in 2001. Andorran. What is that? Andorran?
Yeah, I was gonna ask what Andorran.
Hailing from Andorra.
Oh, well, that's where that comes from.
We're so ignorant. Andorra in Europe. I've never heard of this country before in my entire life, bro.
Yeah, but haven't you heard of Persephone before?
Persephone, yeah, that's Greek mythology. That was a girl that's down in the underworld with Hades, right? Andorra is a tiny, independently principality situated between France and Spain in Pyrenees Mountains. It's known for its ski resorts and tax haven status that encourages duty-free shopping. All right, there you go. So they're from Andorra.
Duty-free shopping.
That is a really cool. That's a cool country
Get
name.
your tickets today.
Where are you from? Andorra. Like, how do you come back from that? Somebody says they come from a place like Andorra. It sounds like a mythological land of.
It does. It really does. But it's probably one of those things where they're like, they get so tired of explaining where it is.
Yeah, it's such a cool country name, though.
It's
like, I love me some America, but it's like.
Yeah.
America.
No, I hear what you're saying. I just.
This guy's
when
from
I was
Andorra,
traveling
cool.
and I would say, oh, I'm from Maine, they'd be like, where's Maine? What's Maine? Nobody knew anything about it. I actually saw this post where they were like, I'm from New York. Just New York.
Yeah,
because it's so much easier than saying Maine.
Yeah, but the fact that it's such a tiny country or whatever, like, adds to the mythology. Like, I'm from Andorra. Oh, where's that in the map? Go find it. Like, it's like this guy's from some mythical land. Holy moly. These guys are really, 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 really good. Really good. Were you looking at any of the lyrics at all, or were you just vibing to the...
I was just vibing. It was just fun to ride.
Yeah.
Some songs are just fun to just
you get on the board and there you
yeah.
go. This is a band, like, I would love to see them open up for Tool. And then this is my dream show. I want these guys to open up for Tool, and then Tool just does Lateralis from start to finish.
Nothing else.
That would be a ridiculous show. Ridiculous. Arise and cease. Still and silent.
Oh, there was one of the lyrics that caught me. It was at the end. It would have fit with God. Oh, right there. Part of everything, I am the time and the change. I'm still and silent. But we'll get to that at the end when we get there. But carry on.
Yeah, I mean, definitely some, like, Philo's logo stuff. The logos idea was...
Yeah. But I thought it was funny when he was like, where does he say, I am nothing?
I'm not worried about losing my identity since I am nothing. I'm part of everything. And, you know, when a person says I am nothing, you gotta think to yourself, like, there's so many different ways a person could mean when they say that. I think what he means here is that he's not going to identify with anything.
I know just one single thing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to identify with any one single thing that usually, you know, constricts people. So I'm an American, I'm a male, I'm this, I'm that. And it is really interesting, like, so, you know, like, I'm listening to I'm studying Hinduism, and especially like the Hare Krishna, sort of denomination among Hinduism, and they'll say things like, he's American bodied, or they'll say this guy's Indian bodied.
What does that mean?
Because what they're trying to do is make a dichotomy between who you are and your physical, sort of lineage. Mm-hmm. So if I say I am an American, that means to them that your entire being is subsumed with America. So what they're saying is, no, your body is American. You're American bodied, or you're Indian bodied, or whatever. Because they're, it's transcendentalism. It's you're more than your body, and your body is just basically a vessel that you kind of drive around in until your next life, or when you ascend to Godhead to Krishna.
Do they believe you could get into like be a bug or something like that?
Yeah. Like one of them was saying like they want to be a tree in Vrindavan. They'd rather be a tree in Vrindavan. Yeah, but
so they're saying your body isn't you yet. What's next is you?
No, like the thing that is inside the body, your soul, your spirit, that's who you really are.
Oh.
Your body is not who you are. And then your lineage, obviously, if that's the case, then your lineage is obviously not who you are either.
Yeah, but none of that stuff really matters.
Again, this is specifically the Bhakti Yoga Hare Krishna folks. Like, Hinduism is a vast complex of.
So there's no point in knowing your roots, really. Because
no, like when you have that conversation with Arjuna and Krishna in the Bhagavad.
Yeah.
They're in the chariot, right?
Yeah.
And Arjuna has to kill his family. It's his family that he's fighting. And so Krishna goes into this explanation with him, like, look, man, like, your family is not really your family, man. Like, they're just that's the physical whatever. So, like, you're identifying yourself, it's your duty to go and do this, whatever. And, Arjuna ends up going around and taking everybody out or whatever. But that was one of the lessons that Krishna was telling Arjuna when he was on his chariot. And it's just a very, interesting way of looking at the world. So I don't know if you remember, we were at that Krishna thing, and the guy was talking about how he was so-and-so is American bodied. I don't know if you caught that or not. But
when we were in the room?
Yeah. And with
yes, I heard some of the stuff, but Ryan was so little. I was so distracted by him.
It was two babies. It was Orion and then
their baby.
Adi had
they were both laying on the bed. Oh,
Mashallah.
It was so cute.
Mashallah.
Plus I was having a hard time because I had stopped nursing at that point. And she was still nursing, and I kind of like was wishing I was still nursing.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so
I mean, SubhanAllah, now if we brought Orion, it would be a disaster.
Oh my God, he would never stop.
He would never stop. He'd never stop talking.
He was like, I had him in the bath last night, and he took his little fist just out of nowhere. He was like, on my stomach. And then Reza was like moved way to the other side.
Did he?
Yes. I'm like, oh, buddy.
Get used to it. There's nothing can be done.
Yeah, I took his little hands. I'm like, no, don't do that. Be gentle.
It's really funny. Like, Orion, like, the hunter
like
name.
A year and a half.
The hunter, it fits him to a T. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable. But, yeah, so, like, this song...
This is, like, it's on-off subject, but I saw this post, but it was, like, on a religious forum, and they were saying, like, if you were in a boat and your wife and your kids were all drowning...
Oh, yeah.
What, did you see that?
I saw that.
They said, is it your duty?
It's my biblical obligation to save my wife first and not the kids. Whatever.
What do you think about that?
Well, somebody said these
I would be so angry if you saved me and not the kids.
These situational ethics are ridiculous.
What do you mean?
That's the situational ethic question, like something that, normally doesn't happen, and if some freak thing happened, you get put in some horrible, impossible situation, and then you've got all the theologians sitting on there on their ivory tower who have never had to make a difficult decision in their life, saying, oh yeah, well, clearly you have to save your wife. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you're not going to do that. Like, what you're going to do is you're going to try to save the person that you think is most likely to die and not be able to handle themselves. So if we have a baby, obviously I'm going to go for the baby first because, he can't protect himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, and And you would be fighting me and pushing me off and saying,
Get
save
the
Orion.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's a terrible. I don't like questions like that at all. It's ridiculous.
One of the guys was like,
'Cause you can't-
that's simple. Take both kids, shove them in your wife's arms, and drag her to safety.
Correct. Yeah. It's these.
Anyway, I didn't like that question.
But those group of
I don't
people-
like the
those
way
people-
they said biblical duty.
Yeah. Those people, man, they sit around in Starbucks all day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I can't stand those people. But those are our folks. Join Christianity Today.
Yay!
Arise. Yeah. So it really is going into the sort of transcendental aspect of the human being, which I say all the time that
I like that first verse.
I don't have a problem with if you want to classify us as animals. I technically don't have a problem with it, but we're more than that. Mm-hmm. We're more than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, like, this is swinging almost too far to the other way, right? Because I do think there's a way to combine spirituality and physicality. Mm-hmm. And obviously I say that because, in Revelation at the end of the world, you have people from every tribe, tongue, people, and nation, which means that they're still being accounted for. Their physicality and their physical lineage and even their geography is still being accounted for in the new world.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I think...
He's talking about Revelation and the end of the Bible.
Yeah, Revelation 7, yeah. I think that, our physical lineage and our geographical sort of loyalties in this current world serve to create division. Mm-hmm. Which, from a biblical perspective, it was born out of God's purposeful division of humanity.
Yeah.
And so, I think sometimes, like, people, like, and then you have, like, hyper-nationalism, what you see, like, with the far right and things like that. Mm-hmm. But you also have hyper-globalism that you see with the far left, both of which are deleterious and have horrific implications on the world. So I think there's sort of this bent in spirituality to kind of leave all that behind. Leave your national heritage and all that stuff behind. But I actually think that there's something beautiful and redemptive about... If you think about it, you've got Norwegian folks with their long heritage and their rich heritage and everything they've built up, and then obviously Africa, where the original man, and then you've got, American lineage, which goes back to England and that rich heritage. So I never look at God as being like, you know what I mean? Like, we all built that stuff up, and I think that all that in the new world is going to be redeemed and celebrated. So, and then when you think about it from the perspective of, like, time, like, I'd love to hang out with a Norwegian that was around in the 15th century. It's like, yeah, I died at 23. I was an old man. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
So I get the whole I am nothing, I'm part of everything type of, sort of perspective, but I do think you can still identify with the physical aspect of your being without limiting yourself. Like the paradox of saying, I am an American or I'm a Jamaican male, whatever, while simultaneously saying I am almost infinitely more than that. Mm-hmm. Like, you can hold both of those ideas together simultaneously without losing one or the other. I am the change, the river that flows endlessly, I will keep the flame alive. Obviously from our perspective, that's God.
That's all I was, yeah.
And it's interesting because, he keeps saying, I am, which is what God's name is I am. Mm-hmm. I remember one time there was I had the opportunity for whatever reason to kind of be around people when they're coming to, when God finds them. And, the guy was just reading through the Bible, and he got to Exodus. I hear this banging on my door. I opened the door. There's Sean out there with his Bible. He's freaking out. I was like, what's good, Sean? He's like, yo! He's like, Vin. I was like, yeah. Oh, what's up? He's like, what is God's name? So I was like, Jesus. Yeah, I am. Look, I am. That's such a badass. He was freaking out. I am. Oh my gosh. and he had just like he lost it because it's such a gangster thing to say.
It really is.
What's your name? I am. End of story. SubhanAllah.
Yeah, I never realized how much it was until there was one time you were talking about it. I wonder if you had him in the back of your head when you were talking about it.
100%.
Yeah.
That was one of those moments that
because
that
when you
stuck
were
with me.
sharing that, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so true.
Yeah. That's one of the cool things about being around people when God finds them is that you...
And different types of people, because they're all going to see things differently.
Yeah, when they see something that you've grown up with your entire life. Oh yeah, I am. Like when they see it and read it,
yeah,
it just blows them away, and
Yeah.
then you realize like you should be blown away. But so the I am statements, I am, you know, yada yada yada, and then you know God is spoken of as an eternal river in the Old and New Testament. As a matter of fact, there's a really cool passage in Ezekiel where he starts walking and the water comes up to his ankle, and then the water, because the water's flowing from the temple, and the water comes up to his ankle, and then the water goes up to his knees, and then his thighs, and then like he starts drowning in this water, and obviously it's a spirit of God and all this that is flowing from the temple, like that's, you know, irrigating the whole planet type of thing, you know, and you know you've got the earth will be full with the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. So Ezekiel is looking at like the progressive irrigation of the planet with the presence of God. So and then of course you've got, you know, so in Ezekiel the water comes from the temple, and in Revelation the water comes from the throne, which of course the throne is in the centerpiece of the temple, wherever the presence of God is. And, you know, it irrigates the world. And then, of course, there's trees and healing of the nations, which is exactly what we see in Ezekiel. But anyway, God is described as a river. And, you know, his presence is unavoidable, which is why, you know, the believers and the unbelievers in the eternal state are both experiencing God's presence. But, you know, the believers are experiencing God's presence as a water of life, and the unbelievers are experiencing God's presence as a lake of fire. So it's interesting. It says a river that flows endlessly, I will keep the flame alive. So
yeah,
I'm not sure if brother knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
I'm sure that I'll tell you what, if that guy, if I talk to him and he goes, yeah, that's what I was thinking, the river of life and the lake of fire. If you said that I will give you $2,000 tonight, I'm not even joking. Like that is just so.
He could just lie to you.
I don't think he'd lie about something like that. This is a really, look at this guy. He's a deep brother. Like, why would he lie about that? You're horrible.
For $2,000, he
terrible
might.
human being. I'm seeing all these like YouTube channels giving away not Xboxes, but PlayStation 5s now.
I know.
So I don't know. I was like, oh, maybe reach out to PlayStation. We're not really a gaming channel though, so I love the song. It's a song of the year. That means it's a 10 for me. Easy.
Oh, it was a 10 for me as well. Yeah.
Unfreaking real. Such a good song. Thank you very much, Epic Underground. I need the name of the individual who got that song green-lighted from Epic Underground, because I need your name. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.